What's up everyone, RyFX here. Today I'm going to teach you how to record / stream as well your Xbox One game chat. So this is actually a much better way than actually going throughout the speakers like the Xbox 360 did. With the Xbox One you have to use the Kinect in order to get your game chat through the speakers. But with this way you could actually separate it into different tracks, so then the game audio and the game chat audio aren't the same track. So with this you could have it separate tracks, so you can make sure the levels are correct on the game chat with your buddies and the game itself. So you could have it all nice and even, and you could hear them perfectly through your recordings and your stream. So first, you're going to have to get a USB to micro USB cable, connect it to straight into your Xbox One. It doesn't matter if it's the side or the back. And then you want to make sure that the batteries are out of the controller. Do not have any batteries in there, or a battery pack or whatever, because you want to make sure that this is wired into the controller. Because what happens is it goes into a standby mode if you aren't touching the controller at all when you have the batteries or battery pack in there. So make sure the batteries are out, and so once that happens it'll go into a wired mode and it will stay on completely without even touching it. Now the next thing you'll need is a 3.5mm jack. You will need one that has a 3-ring on it. That third ring is going to allow the mic from the game audio to travel through. If you just get a regular one that you see at most stores, like the 2-ring here, it's just going to push out the game audio. It's not going to push out the game chat audio. And so you want to make sure you get that 3-ringed one, or else it's not going to record the mic, as well as make some adjusting settings that I will show later. So now you want to take your controller with the 3.5mm jack or the Xbox One headset adapter that transforms that bottom of the Xbox controller to a 3.5mm jack, and then just connect it right in there. And then you want to go to the back of your computer. It's pretty dark where my computer's at, and then plug it into the line in input. Now for the first controller you could keep everything normal. If you have a headset type adapter that is specific, like say for the A50s I have a specific headset adapter that connects to the Xbox controller, you could just keep it normal, keep it the way you want it to be for your first controller. The second controller is doing all the work you need, so you don't need no splitters or anything on your first controller. Your main controller, I should say, you could play comfortably and normally. So in this portion of the video, you're going to have to make another account. So in order to do that, I know what you're probably thinking is that I'm going to have to pay $60 a year for another account, right? Well, actually no, and I'm going to show that as long as you have one Xbox Live account that has gold on it already, you could actually add another account on that same Xbox and it will have gold on it. So if you go to the left here, it's going to show your account or accounts, and most likely you are going to have just your main account for most people. So if you need to add another account, just go to add and manage here, and then go to add new, and it's going to take a second because it has to go online. So right here it's going to say sign in. If you have a Microsoft account, Xbox, Outlook.com, use that email or phone. If you don't have an email or any of that, just press B and then go to get a new account and just set all that up and all that. If it says like put your credit card or whatever, or if you want to switch to gold, just deny it, get out of that, or skip it or whatever. And once you finish all that, your account should appear on the left just like it does right here. So mine's signed in already. Just have it sign in. So both accounts should be signed in right now. And now you want to go down to settings here, all settings. And you want to go to account. Once you go to account, go to family here. And then click add to family. Now when you add it to family, it's going to share the gold account from the other account that's on that Xbox now. So you won't have to pay another $60 a year or whatever, or however much you pay. I get mine for like $35 on sale. But yeah, and it will share the gold accounts. As you can see right here, the Xbox made this account for me. Oh, shut your trap hole with Bing. And yeah, it made its own account called the Waxy Sphere, whatever, and that's what it shows here. Now go down here to connect in devices and go to devices and accessories. So since we're using two Xbox controllers, you need to make sure you assign the right account to the right controller. So since the controller I'm using is to play games is going to be this Xbox One Elite controller, I have my gamer tag to assign to my RiFX one, correct? And for the normal Xbox One wireless controller, I have it set to Waxy Sphere. Now here, you also want to play with the volume. You should see the volume right now. If you're using that regular 3.5 millimeter jack that I was saying earlier, that has just the two like black rings around it, it's not going to show your headset volume or your mic monitoring. It's just going to say game volume or something. So this is another reason why you need to use the 3-ring one like I was saying earlier. So once you have that, it's going to say headset volume, mic monitoring. And for mic monitoring, that's to speak through the mic. So you don't need this. You could turn this all the way off if you need to. I just keep it like that. And for headset volume, I just turn it all the way up because it's kind of low when it comes through my the program that I use, which is OBS. I will show y'all how to do that later. So once you have that set up, you're almost good to go. So now when you want to test it, go to party, start a party. And now I have my main account in the party. So at this point, it's just going to be the main account in here. Well, that doesn't mean it's going to hear you. So what you need to do is invite more. And make sure you have this account on your friends list so you could just invite it. All you have to do is press A and then your start button or menu button or whatever, and it'll invite it and it will just come on in automatically. So what this does, it's just going to be here in the party and it's just going to be listening. That's all it's going to do. And at this point, if you're using like something like Audacity, I'm sure you pretty much know what to do after this point. This is just going to be listening to whoever's in the party. And if you're wondering that if it's going to be able to hear me in the party or hear that account, that your main account, say you're kind of scared that it's gonna get your voice and and all that. Well, no, since Xbox realizes that you're on the same Xbox right next to each other, what's the point of having that second account being able to listen to you, since you're right next to them and they could hear you. So right now it's not going to hear my RagFX account at all. So if you have like a Blue Yeti or a USB microphone or whatever hooked up to your computer, yeah, you're good for that. So you could adjust the volume on that on your regular microphone, just like you have been doing. So this is just going to capture anyone who's not on that same Xbox as you. So hopefully that answers that question. So you could adjust your friends' voices and you're good. Of course, not each individual friend, but whoever's in the party, you could adjust. So at this point, for Audacity users or whatever program you plan to use, I'm pretty sure you know how to go, from here. You just have to click line in, and it should show, it should record and show what you need. Now, for anyone wants to stick around and see how I do it with OBS, well, next part of the video is going to show that. So stick around for that.
If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1.